Learning how to use your prick is very important. That is why I'm introducing precation. Precation is the act of learning how to use your prick, like education. So when it comes to precation, you will be precated like being educated when you know how to use that bola. It's not everybody that has bola that knows how to use it. Some people just carry it like this. And that's all. To make it stand, some people just think it's only when you desire to knack that it will stand. But let me tell you something. You are what you eat and what you imagine. Because your thoughts will hurt you more than what people say about you. What do you think about yourself? If woman don't tell you, say, you not sabi knack, and you want to upgrade, guess what? I want to help you now to save your bright future. I mean the bright future of your bola. Yes. Now, let me explain this to you. You see, in the service of precation, like you have education, understand that you have to first swallow your pride. Understand that you are in the act of service. You are on a duty that requires your responsibility. You are hereby obliged to ensure that taking your partner to the next level from desire to satisfaction is what the goal is, not yours. You are just a worker. You are only laying pipe to make sure the water flows inside the bekus. Your real reward is in the fact that you were able to make a woman water burst like a borehole that will just boom. You see, you don't just carry bekus and put it in. You see, you don't just carry bola and just chuck it in like you chuck pipe in a hole. What do you need to do? First, you need to let your bola grow into its full potential of firmness. The fact that eba is thick now when you are turning the eba does not mean the eba is as strong as it can ever be. That is why eba of yesterday, if you look at it now, when Hamatan day, it don't strong, kakaraka. When you make concrete casting, you will look at it that is looking good, that is looking firm. But if you dip your foot into it before it dries very well, you realize that it's not as dry as you imagined. So, over time, it gets solidified and it becomes difficult to crack. You see, when bola picks up, does not mean the bola has gotten to the full potential of its firmness. It's like when a dancer wants to dance. The first step doesn't mean he has done everything. You need to watch, because from that point, you start seeing some other moves. So it takes time for bola to pick up, to rise to the point where bola will not say, oh, I think I'm at that level where I'm at the full capacity of my potential. See, the more you delay the plugging of bola inside bekus, the harder the bola becomes, especially when she's playing with your ball under. If she's playing with your scrotty, guess what happens? The harder it becomes. Simply because she's overstimulating things and more blood flow will be reaching that region. Understand this simple fact. When it gets harder, all the veins will become solid around the bola. Imagine the veins rubbing the walls of bekus and scratching the walls of bekus. That can be so tantalizing. Are you getting it? That can be so awesome. And that can make the woman to start bringing out lots of juice. Okay? Because there will be lots of secretion around the walls of bekus to wet the veins around the bola. Let me tell you something that you need to know about hard bola, especially the hard head of bola. Do you know that the hard head of bola is like a roaring lion that is roaming around looking for bekus to devour? That is in Bola chapter 8 verse 16. Now, according to that scripture, you will understand that when bola head is very hard, the next thing that comes to you is chuck it in, chuck it in, chuck it in. Don't rush to chuck it in. Don't rush to took it in. There is gratification in delay of plugging. It's not like a phone that you want to charge, that you just rush and plug it so that before they take the light, at least you would have gotten 1% or 2%. Bola does not work like that. That is not how God created Bola. So don't use the principle of phone charging for Bola plugging. So when it comes to Bola, when it comes to Beku's service, make sure you don't rush in. Spend the first 20 minutes to prepare the Bola to stand harder. Because that time, you will be spending that time working on Madam. And as you are working on Madam, Bekus will be secreting juice. The juice will be profitable to your Bola when it comes to when Bola needs to take shower inside Bekus or Bola needs to swim inside the pool of Bekus. So first thing you should do is to ensure that you work on Madam before you ever plug in. And it takes about 25 minutes for a woman to be mentally ready. So say she agreed to do. She don't lock door. She don't open leg. Not me say she's mentally ready. So you need to get her mind there, because the most important organ for knacking, I can guarantee you, is the brain. That's the most important organ. So you need to work on the brain to send signal to Bekus to approve for more juice to be secreted. So when it comes to another part of her body, the skin is the largest organ. So you need to work on the skin. You need to touch those certain areas that will make Madam. All of those things will go a long way to make Madam say, ha ha ha, hoo, hoo, hoo. Something good is coming. Something good is happening. By that time, Madam don't shake. Then in her mind, she'll be hearing, oh, heaven on earth. Yes, she'll be hearing heaven on earth because something's shaking. Something's moving. Oh, all of these things will make her to start experiencing something amazing, because she'll be vibrating, because she will experience the glory of your performance. And next thing you will hear, she'll be screaming, heaven on earth. You know why? Because you have taken her to cloud 9. You have taken her to heavenly places where she shall swim. Oh, in the joy of the bliss. So understand that when it comes to knackication, you need to make the Ebola firm enough to perform better in the firm of Bekus. If not, I'm sorry, you'll be sacked from that Bekus. You see, I know some of you have complained that Bekus can be so wide. It does not mean you should look for foam to pad up the bola. Some of you have complained that your bola is too small. Some of you have complained that it's too short. Oga, you need to know the style that favors you. For every shoe, there is size. For every bekus, there is size. The placement of the opening of bekus will determine where you need to plug it in from. Yes, and the length of the bola will determine where you need to plug in from the most. Because it is not every style that favors everybody. I have my style, you should have your style. We are not dragging style here. So now let me tell you this. If you notice that your John Thomas is at 2 p.m, you want to go do woo, 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 style, where you want pass, where you want reach. So you have seen that when it comes to length and breadth and placement of the two, you don't have any advantage. Does not mean that thing cannot make woman bring up plenty juice. So stop putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. I prophesy to you that you will learn how to use your bola well to your advantage. Okay, now let me explain this. When you notice that bekus is having opening that will not favor you, look for the position that will favor you. Somebody say amen. And somebody say hallelujah. Now, I am saying this simply because when you realize that a particular style favors you, do it till thy kingdom come. Because if you don't do what favors you, it will work against you. So what you should seek is to seek for what favors you when it comes to tutorialization. Because in the act of knackication, it has to be from a point of advantage. Your vintage point is what you need. You don't just plug it in because it's open. Even door, when you are opening door, is it that you lock it this way or you go that way? Process. Look for what works. Stop putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. Some of you also think it's how long you last that counts. It's how well you make it work that counts. You know, the car you drive does not guarantee safety. It's how you drive the car that guarantees safety. So if you drive your car with your eyes closed and you are reckless in maneuvering, guess what will happen? Safety is not guaranteed. But in a situation where you decide to drive with caution, even a car that is not expensive can keep you safe. My question to you is this. Do you think it's about Igbola or about the skill? You are saying Bekus is big, Bekus is wide. Oga, let me tell you this. Bekus have the potential to have elastic feel that can give you the chance to make it work in your favor. Some of you don't even know that the sweetest Bekus is not the one that is too tight for you. It is the one that fits. Because the one that is too tight for you will not give your bowler chance to throw back dive inside the Bekus. Will not give your bowler chance to do blah, 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 to rotate. But it's good when it is firm. But those of you, women, if you're listening now, using alum to make your Bekus tight, stop it. Because you're making a terrible mistake that can affect you health-wise. You see, come the way you are. Come ye into my bed the way you are, and solution for that Bekus will be delivered. That is Bola and Bekus chapter 8, verse 24. So, to keep to things like this, ensure that in everything that you do, understand the essence of knacking. The ultimate goal of knacking is connection. So, if you rule out the place of bonding and connection, you are just in action that can be forgotten. You need to make yourself unforgettable, and you need to know how to use your tool. Some of you are complaining that your bola is not working well, and you're always drinking, and you're always spoofing. Those things affect your blood vessels. They will not make you perform well because they are obstructing the flow of your blood, and they are affecting you health-wise. You see, your habit and what you eat will determine your ability to make Madam reach point of no return and how long you can last like Methuselah on top Bekus. So understand this. Anytime you notice that something is wrong about how water quick come off for your bola, or you not too concentrate, before you rush to go buy Oyibo medicine to think you have a problem, ask yourself, why have I not called Coach Harrison Tito to discuss my problem with him so he can guide me? Because some of you don't even need to go to the hospital. Some of you don't even need to be under unnecessary pressure and start having heart issues, cardiovascular issues because of overthinking and over-worrying about the bright future of your bola. Some of you just need to change your habits. Some of you just need to know what to do to make your life better. Because I'm 42 right now. I've been very intentional about my bola's future for over 10 years now. Because I want to get better as I get older. Because I told God that I want to age gracefully. Not age and be doing, I'm old. No. I want to age gracefully. So I'm intentional about what I eat. I'm intentional about where I go to. I'm 42 years old. I've never taken alcohol. I'm 42 years old. I've never smoked. The reason I don't do those things is because I told myself, I don't want to be like those who had problems because of their bad habits. You see, it doesn't make me better than any other person, but it just makes me understand that I know how to prioritize what is important for me. What is important for you? Flexing with your guys or staying healthy? Some of you do soapy before you decide to climb on top woman. When you constantly do soapy before you go climb woman, you are putting pressure on your heart, and that can also result to cardiovascular issue. You see, I think to a reasonable extent, not all women, some women have made some men to think they need to be a horse to perform better when it comes to knacking. The truth is this: you don't need to be a horse. You really don't need to be a horse. Those of you that are putting unnecessary pressure on men, that you want them to do 4 rounds, 5 rounds, when a gas power cannot take more than 1 round, don't go buy person picking. The reason is this. If you notice that a man cannot give you what you want, what are you doing there? What are you really doing there? And some of you men don't even understand that. You don't need to do past yourself. Do as your strength carry you reach, so that you don't die before your time. Because if you die before your time, it will shock you to know that somebody else is waiting to take that woman in. So don't go and buy yourself because one woman said you reach 4 rounds. There was this time somebody called me and said, a particular woman said, Afa, she wants 2nd round. And do something about it. Let it pick up on time. Oga, it's not push and start. If it's not standing up, Oga, you stand up and go. I know some people who will tell you they sell enhancement stuff that can make you stand up so fast, that can make you knack for 2 hours, 5 hours, will say, no, we disagree. This is your body. Apply wisdom. Most of them are just out there to make profits. There are good ones out there, so I'm not speaking bad about these people, okay? I'm just trying to keep it real with you that not go do past yourself, because even when you knack for 40 years at a stretch, nobody's going to pay you pension for knacking. No gratuity for knacking. No retirement benefit for knacking. It's supposed to be pleasurable, not putting you under pressure. Pleasurable, not pressure. No go do past yourself. Let me tell you something about overdoing some certain things. When you overdo and you buy before your time, it will shock you that even with all that you have done, somebody else will still take the woman and go. Let me mention something at this point. Ezego, the king of money, he died. Not long after he died, it will shock you to know that his lawyer married his wife, his beautiful wife. You see, life is just what it is. Apply wisdom. Don't live life or knack at your own expense, because the whole idea is for you to sense it and make it pleasurable, not to put yourself under pressure and die before your time. As you see me so, I know they do past myself. As you see me so, I do it as good as I can. Anything where require me to go carry cross where Jesus carry, Jesus has done the finished work. I know they do past myself. Even when it comes to work, I know when to cross the line and when not to cross the line. Because wisdom is profitable to direct, so the Bible said. And that is true. So understand, my people, the reason you are really having problem in that department of knacking is simply because you are putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. Truly, you are putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. Some of these women have too much expectations, or some of you men have too much imaginations. So please, check your appetite. Check your appetite. Because in the end, it will determine the future you will have with that bola. Some of you are taking medicine to knack. You are taking medicine to impress a woman. Maybe that woman will still leave you or cheat on you, forgetting that you have a life to live outside knacking. If you cut your life short, the question is this: what is left for you? I know some of you will not like these things I'm saying, but one thing is certain. I'd rather keep it real with you than deceive you. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. It's good to know how to knack well. It's good to knack for long when you know you can carry it, when you know your strength can carry it. Some of you are 60 years old, you want to knack like you are 20 years old. Please, knack your age. Knack your age. In the end, life goes on. If anything happens to you, everybody will move on. One of the reasons I decided to talk about knacking is because I want to encourage people to live right. I want to encourage people to know how to satisfy their partners. Satisfaction does not only come with choking bola inside bekus or how long you stay on top bekus. How well do you respect the woman? How well do you treat her like a queen? Even when you are not perfect, you make mistakes like I make mistakes. I'm not perfect even in my marriage. Do you truly value your woman? Do you truly know that that woman is a gift from God to you? Do you truly know that that woman is priceless to you? Do you truly know that it's a rare privilege for you to be in that woman's life? How grateful are you? How much effort are you making to become better? To become priceless to her because of how you treat her, not because of how you knack her. Let's not leave substance and chase shadow. Knacking well is very good, but treating a woman like a queen is better. So I want to tell you this. Don't misplace your priority. The ultimate goal is to treat a woman like a queen, not just to knack like a horse. Do what is right. I'm Coach Harrison Tito.